Receiving serve is Mehilos. Should be a very interesting game.
We just saw a shot there.
Receiving from Lombard, Illinois, Mehilos. Good luck, ladies. 0 service, 0.
Lisa starts off with the Z serve. Very smart handball here in the first rally. We've seen a couple of two-wall passes.
Whoa.
First mistake, and Megan's able to bury that ball flat, straight down the right wall. Beautiful shot here. Watch her let this ball drop. Textbook handball.
Second serve.
Tremendous control with that fist by Lisa Gilmore. Able to really drive that ball straight and right at Megan's feet. Very effective shot. That's a beautiful serve there by Lisa. That serve ran parallel to the back wall. Only about 6 inches from the back wall. Megan just scraping that ball back and Lisa taking advantage.
That's the good thing with that Z serve, Dave, is you can serve it to either side, to the left or the right, even if the person is right-handed dominant, because if it sticks to that back wall, no matter what, it's a tough ball to get.
Absolutely. We don't see a lot of right-handers using that serve to the right when their opponent is right-handed, but as we're seeing, it can be a very effective serve.
0 service, 1.
It's a little mistake by Lisa there. Let's see if Megan can get the point.
Beautiful
She does.
shot. It was an excellent serve there by Megan. Lisa a little bit handcuffed there. See a crack serve there by Megan.
2 serves, 1.
As we know, Jess, these ladies play with the white label ball, which is a little bit lighter and a little bit softer. I'd be interested to know, do these ladies practice with the white label before the tournament? Do they play exclusively with the white label, or are they playing most of their handball with the red label and then adjusting for these tournaments?
Well, I can talk a little bit on behalf of Lisa, because I know sort of what her training schedule is. I know that at home she plays exclusively with the red label ball. Before a tournament like this, she'll probably, the week before the tournament, she'll probably hit around the white label ball with her husband, Daryl, and to get a little bit adjustment, get used to the weight of the ball. Personally, I don't find a huge, there's a difference between the balls, but I don't find it hard to adjust, and most of the top pro women don't. Most of us train with the red label ball because that's where we get games. We play with a lot of the men, and when we come to a tournament, we spend a couple weeks or even a week or a couple days before the tournament hitting the white label ball just to adjust your swing a little bit. You can't put quite as much power into the ball because it is a little bit lighter, and if you do that, then you start to get some shoulder problems. But if your mechanics are good and you can adjust your feet well, there's really no issue with it.
Certainly there are a few differences between the two balls.
Yes.
I found that the corner kills react differently with the different balls. I don't know if you've noticed that, but you really have to pinch this white label in the corner if you want to kill it very close to the front wall. The red label is a little bit heavier. It'll stay on that side wall a little bit longer.
Yeah, this ball, we use the term sort of stays up. So even though you kill the ball, you think it's a good kill shot, a lot of the times the ball will bounce and it'll come up a couple inches more than you would expect with the red label ball. And that's all you need is a couple inches to get your hand underneath it. So you do have to, when we see a kill shot in women's handball with the white label ball, we know that it's completely flat.
We've seen quite a few kill shots in the early part of this game today. There's an excellent drive there down the right. Get a replay of this.
If we see there, Lisa was a little out of position when she returned that ball, and she just puts it right back in the middle for Megan to hit.
Megan's really jumping out to a nice lead here.
6 serves, 2.
We talk a lot about this, Jess, during the men's matches. The amount of hook that they're putting on the ball. We noticed Sean Lenning basically hitting a hook with every single shot, starting with the serve. I'd be interested to know, are the women trying to hook this ball, or is this ball too hard to hook? Or
No, I think depending on your style of play, a lot of the time, personally off the back wall, I get a lot of junk on the ball or a little hop on the ball. On my serve, I'm left-handed, so it's sort of like putting reverse on the ball for a right-handed player.
Right.
So a lot of opponents of mine don't realize the difference in the hop. I know Lisa does put hop on the ball, and when you put reverse on the ball on the white ace, it stays down a little bit better on the front wall. And we'll see Megan does that. If we watch her hand when she shoots the ball, she comes over top of the ball a lot, especially with her right hand. We'll see if we can get a replay in a little bit in slow motion to explain what I'm talking about.
Beautiful shot. Certainly a shot that Coach Dow stresses right there. That left-hand V pass. Any of us who have spent any time with him know that he strongly emphasizes that shot as well as this serve. It's a beautiful serve. That's the serve we're talking about there, Jess, that runs parallel to the back wall. We'll get a perfect look at it here.
Especially with this white label ball, it really hugs that back wall. It comes off that sidewall with a lot of spin. It comes directly out parallel. And if you hit it perfectly, you're going to know that you're going to have a tough return.
For those of you at home, that was a left-hand flat kill by Megan Mehilos. Tremendous shot. Jess, I've really noticed that the level of women's handball has really improved each year. I think these women are playing at a strong open level. These women have all the shots. Able to take that ball to the ceiling. There's a beautiful defensive shot. You see how she used her body there to keep Lisa behind her. Really able to open up that court. She didn't have to hit that ball flat to win that point.
No, Lisa got stuck behind her and couldn't get around, and she's not quick enough to get that ball back. Another great serve by Megan.
It's an excellent serve. The problem is if that serve doesn't run along the back wall, that can be just a setup for these top players.
We see Lisa there move in and take it before it bounces, so she doesn't have to deal with the back wall.
It's disconcerting to a server having your opponent take that serve out of the air. Really disrupts your timing. Lisa serving here at 3, serving 10. Surprised she didn't take a timeout there. Megan's on a nice run. You would have thought she might have wanted to cool her down a little bit, but chose to just let the play continue.
Yeah, sometimes Lisa has a hard time starting out in the game. She's a little slow starter, so right now she might just be trying to get a little bit of a groove. But I agree, Dave, right now Megan's up 11-3, and Lisa's going to either have to call a timeout here or start coming back with some good shots.
It sounds easy when we're out here, Jess, to know to call a timeout, but when you're in there, it's sometimes your mind's not thinking quite as clear as you'd like. Calm. Resuming play here. Certainly that wasn't a timeout to get some air in her lungs. That was purely strategic.
Lisa's going to have to make a couple good serves here and get a couple quick points if she's going to stay in this game.
Is Lisa trying to serve that serve there, Jess?
No, that was a miss hit. That was a miss on the serve, and I'm sure if you were in the court with her right now, you'd see a little smile on her face because she knows she got lucky that it didn't come out really big off the back wall for Megan to kill.
She certainly didn't get lucky on that kill shot. Beautiful flat corner kill. Ball got a little bit too close to her body.
And that's how she started playing yesterday against Anna. Sorry. I used the word crunchy, I believe was the word I used at first, but she gets a little close to her body, crowds herself a little too much, and she needs to make sure she has that swing.
We've seen that a few times today. She's a tall lady, so really imperative that you move your feet. Keep those feet moving to get yourself in the right position. Like that could have been a long serve there, Megan not taking that out of the air.
Yeah, and Megan taking it out of the air caught Lisa off guard. We saw her kind of flinch a little bit, and then she couldn't get back in position to make the next shot and missed it. And Megan's going to stick with that Z serve all day. She did that against me, Dave. It's frustrating.
It's a good call there by Nelson. I'd like to see Megan mix up that Z serve a bit, serve more towards the middle of the sidewall to bring that serve to the door so Lisa's not able to take that ball out of the air.
Yeah, she could also throw in a drive serve down the right every once in a while to keep Lisa from stopping to come up to that center court, because then she's going to have to keep her guessing. Right now, Lisa knows where the ball is going on the serve.
I've seen Megan on the ground here a few times.
5 serves 12.
Really throws her body around with reckless abandon.
Nice serve there by Lisa, just over the short line.
Looked like Lisa rushed that kill shot just a bit. There's a beautiful ceiling shot by Megan, really using that left side back wall glass to her advantage.
12 serves 5. Short. 6 serve.
These players have played once before. Lisa winning fairly easily about a year and a half ago. I spoke to Lisa about that match, and she knows Megan's a different player now, so that match doesn't have much bearing here today.
And here's Megan again with the back wall shot. She goes sidewall, front wall, and it just lands just in front of Lisa's reach.
It's the first appeal we've seen today. We have 2 line judges, as we do in all our matches. One on the sidewall glass and the other one behind the back wall. There's a tremendous kill with Megan in front of her, still able to roll that ball out. That could be the shot to get Lisa going here, Jess.
Yeah, she really likes that shot. She hits it a lot of the time when we're playing doubles together. She's very comfortable in the back right side, making that front kill shot.
She's got Megan hanging a little bit back there. Megan had to make a decision there with this setup because Lisa could pass or kill. Just hang back on her heels there, unable to move forward for that ball. That stings, Jess.
That does sting. Right on the bare skin, too.
Yeah. Beautiful flip 3-all return there by Megan.
Nice spot in the left corner there. That's a tough shot to get on that glass back there. It was giving me some problems yesterday in doubles until you adjust and you got to get behind the ball. Well, now we're starting to see Lisa step up quite a bit. She's starting to play more of her style of game. She likes using that kill shot in that front corner that we talked about.
Certainly one of the best shots we've seen in this tournament, that deep right kill by Lisa. Now we see Megan using the timeout.
So Lisa's going to have to stay focused here, and you got to get back in and you got to continue what you're doing.
Absolutely, that's the reason to call the timeouts. I like to make the correlation to boxing. If you're in the middle of a round and you get yourself in trouble, you can't just call a timeout, and this is basically what this is. We've got one-on-one. You have to withstand your opponent's best shots, and
that's exactly what Megan wanted the timeout for. Lisa comes back in, doesn't serve a very good serve. It wraps around that left wall. Megan has no problem passing it down the right.
So much power there, she really was able to turn her body into that shot. Very difficult to overpower Lisa, particularly on her right hand. That's her favorite shot. That's an automatic V pass there from Megan. Beautiful shot with her left hand. Missed that a couple of times. Looks like a shot that she's going to make most of the time, though.
Yeah, she might have lifted her head up just a little bit and watch the ball right into her hand.
That was a nice change up there on that Z serve.
Lisa's just, she looks like she's a little out of position. She's really crowding herself. She needs to get her feet moving, take a step back and step into the ball.
16 serves 9.
Still not out of this game, though.
No, we've seen Lisa come back many times, and she's only a couple points behind. And she can get 2 or 3 quick points. She's right back in the game.
We saw her do that just before Megan's timeout. Really crawled back into this game.
Yep.
Megan was able to score 2 there, which was crucial for her.
And Megan's not going to give up. She last month in Austin, Texas, she was playing Anna Kristoff in a match, and Megan was up 18-3, and we saw Anna come back and win 21-19. So Megan knows that anything can happen, so she's going to keep the pressure on Lisa as much as she can. There's a good serve by Lisa, and
That's certainly a miserable experience having your opponent come back from 18-3, but it's part of the learning process, and I think that kind of thing really can help you in a match like this. She knows she can't let up.
And that ball there hit Lisa on its way to the front wall.
I've seen Lisa get hit by a number of balls so far here in the first game.
Yeah, if you look at her legs, she usually has a couple big bruises on them. The guys at home, she gets hit quite often from them. I think we can see one almost in the camera angle here from where we are.
There's the executive director of the USHA, Vern Roberts, taking some pictures.
And of course, we'd like to thank the USHA for allowing us to do this live webcast of their event.
We'd also like to thank them for holding this national championships. It's a phenomenal tournament, certainly the best week of the year.
Ooh, again. And right where Megan looks a little frustrated there, because Megan wants to take, that's a shot she wants to take off that serve, and Lisa's standing right there. But we saw yesterday a couple of avoidable hinders called, and I think Megan's looking towards that. She looks a little frustrated that Lisa's in her way.
It's interesting, these women are, you'll see them smile a lot and even joke around, but they are unbelievably intense.
And that's that shot Megan was trying to go for, and she hit Lisa the last 2 times on that one. Lisa took an extra step to the right, and Megan was able to make that pass.
Just barely missed her. Like to see Megan make that adjustment and take that ball down the left. She's got the entire left side of the court to hit that shot. We've noticed Megan has a tendency to go away from her offense. She'll start wrapping setups, 3 walls, and passing them.
Here's a chance for Lisa to end the rally. Oh, a nice
Beautiful
get by Megan. Oh, a nice left fist by Lisa.
I think she might have called 2 bounces there, Jess.
Oh, did she?
It was very close, but
Very close.
as you can see, she didn't make any hurry to get up. I think she did call that.
Nice serve down the right by Lisa there. There's an ace.
She's been setting that serve up all game, been serving down that left side. Caught Megan going the wrong way there.
Just about another one.
Jess, we spoke about Lisa's rigorous training regimen coming into all of her tournaments. However, she is playing singles and doubles here, playing doubles with you.
Yes.
Beautiful offensive pass. Do you think any fatigue could set in here for Lisa? She's had a very difficult draw here in the singles, defeated Courtney Pichot in the quarterfinals, and her longtime rival Anna Kristoff yesterday, and she's also played 2 doubles matches.
I think I talked to her husband Daryl this morning and asked, how's Lisa feeling, and I felt bad, a little bit bad yesterday. We started off in doubles and we didn't start out very well, and we got down about 16-3 and had to come back to win it. So we had to work a little harder than we really wanted to.
4 ranked Jessica Gawley. We're watching number 3 ranked, but in the eyes of many, the number 1 ranked player, Lisa Gilmore, and Samantha England, also of Lake Forest University, line judging this match. There's a mistake there by Lisa. Megan unable to make her pay. Certainly the best rally of the match. We saw both players able to go on the offensive, both players able to recover.
And we just see Megan, she looks like she might go left, and then she just keeps that hand open.
See
goes down the right.
See that strength to be able to fire that ball into the right corner with an open stance. That's the Sean Lenning serve that we've seen quite a bit this week.
Oh, and there's a nice left hand by Megan again.
That's a shot we saw a lot from our 2-time defending champion, Jenny Schmidt. Very similar shot. She'll certainly take that break.
Yeah, it looked like she went for a ceiling fist shot and missed it, but it died in the back court.
You see Lisa use that fist a lot. Not so much to go to the ceiling, but she likes to drive that fist straight down the walls.
See if she can get up here and recover. Lisa's not known for her diving ability. She doesn't like diving. She doesn't like being on the floor because she said it's too hard to get up afterwards.
Looked like Megan just closed her eyes and rolled this ball out right here.
Yeah, it looks like she went off the end of her knuckle.
It's 2 fortunate breaks in a row for Megan. Let's see if she can carry them to this first game. Excellent return of serve there.
Yeah, we see her punch that ball to the ceiling and talk about the fist shot, and Lisa's very good with it. She doesn't usually make a lot of mistakes with it. She's made some today, but she does like to drive that ball with her left fist. Oh, and there's a nice serve by Lisa. It just comes off that side wall and dies in the back corner.
16 serves 19.
Megan thought she'd have a chance to take that ball off the back wall. There's a nice return there. Furious action up here in the front court. Went for that V pass there again, Jess.
Yeah, right now she's keeping Lisa, trying to keep Lisa really deep, and there we see Lisa miss an easy right-handed shot.
Seems like Megan's got a little bit tense here in the late part of this first game. Not able to put that ball down like we've seen her do early in this game. That's to be expected. This is her first national 4-wall singles final. Interesting call there by Nelson. Looked like Lisa had a chance, but as you've been saying, Jess, she doesn't pick up all that many balls.
19 serves 16.
Yeah, and Nelson's giving her the benefit of the doubt there, saying that she'll be able to get it. And there we see a serve down the right side by Megan, one of the first ones she's done here. Oh, and another nice left hand by Megan.
I spoke too soon. A tremendous shot there.
Here we see it again. If we watch her, we can't really see it, but if we watch her hand, when she shoots that ball on both sides, she really comes over the top of the ball. Her hand rotates forward and down, and that makes the ball on the front wall stay down and not be able to, your opponent to be able to pick it up.
Beautiful.
And there's the first match. Wow, we've got Megan taking the first game, and some people might be a little bit shocked here. I'd like to welcome you back to the 57th annual USHA 4-Wall National Handball Championships held here in the beautiful facility at the University of Minnesota in Minneapolis, St. Paul. We've got Megan Mehilos versus Lisa Gilmore in the women's final. Megan has won the first game, Dave. going to see here if she can pull out the national championships or if it's going to have to go to 3 games.
Beautiful shot there by Lisa. A fist kill out of the air.
0-0-0.
Sounds like Lisa's hitting the ball a little bit more crisp than she was in that first game. Tells me she's moving her feet a little bit more. You can see she's on her toes right here at the start of the second game. We didn't see that at all in the first game.
1-0-0.
Sometimes you actually need that wake-up call. You get an early start here.
And I think that's the first time Lisa's been ahead of Megan. I don't think she was ahead at all in the first game, and she's up here, 2-0.
You can hear that pop on the ball from Lisa right now. Trying to find another gear. We see all these great players have quite a few gears to go to.
There's a nice shot by Lisa there in the back corner. For those of you at home just joining us, we are here in the University of Minnesota in Minneapolis, St. Paul. I'd like to thank the USHA Handball Association for allowing us to do this live webcast feed of the 57th Annual Four-Wall Handball Championships. Our streaming today is being provided by Network Foundation Technologies. You can visit their website at www.nft-tv.com. We're also brought to you by Waiora Health Systems. You can click the link on the WePlayHandball.com website to get a link to their website. And Dave, we were talking a little bit between games here about what Lisa's going to have to do to pull this game out, and what do you think is going to be the big strategy for her here?
Well, it looks to me like she's really revved up her intensity here. She's hitting the ball a lot harder. She's moving quite a bit better. She's playing smarter as well. So if she's able to continue doing that, I think we're going to be seeing a tiebreaker here. Tremendous
Not if
shot
Megan
there
keeps hitting those all day. She's very solid off the back wall. Doesn't make very many hand errors off that back right hand back wall shot.
Seeing both players make each other pay for every mistake.
Oh, and there we see Megan dive for a ball. And yesterday when she was playing Jenny, her brother Bill Mehilos was here with Dane Setkowski. And at times they were feeling that Megan should take another step forward so she doesn't have to take that dive, because that dive puts her out of position.
Absolutely.
So we'll see if she can remember what her brother was telling her.
The dive is very overrated, particularly in singles.
And I'm sure her brother Bill is at home right now watching this game. Wow.
Beautiful corner kill there by Megan.
I thought she looked a little off balance there, maybe hit the ball a little bit behind her, but she was still. Let's see if we can see a replay here of it. Just a little bit. She kind of was off her back foot a little bit, but she still was able to hit that corner very nicely.
There's that beautiful Z serve. There's no player in the world that has an answer for that serve. Perfectly executed Z serve. We have 2 serving 4 here. A very difficult shot. Very difficult to put that ball away. You're so close to the front wall with that ball moving so quickly.
Yeah, I did that yesterday. Doubles, actually. The ball came to about a foot from the front wall, and it's very difficult to hit it and not hit it back at yourself, and that's exactly what happened to me yesterday. So it was nice to see Megan be able to adjust to it and put the ball back down the left side.
Very frustrating to have your opponent roll your serve out of the air. Smart shot there.
There, and a nice kill shot by Lisa off that
And you give
side corner.
Lisa even the slightest opportunity, and she's going to bury that ball half an inch high.
Oh, a missed serve by Lisa, and Megan went for the kill and just wasn't able to get it.
6-0-3.
It's a crucial point here in this game. Tremendous power on that pass right there. Really held that ball in her hand and forced Megan to commit. You can see Lisa's really starting to feel her confidence right now. Really getting herself into this match.
Wow.
Anytime you see a player able to control that front court and take balls out of the air, it'll be interesting to see what what you think is taking place here?
I think Lisa has, from a flat early start that just wasn't going her way, she's really picking it up in the second game. I'm amazed. This looks like sort of the old Lisa. Not that the old Lisa wasn't playing yesterday. I don't mean from an era past. I just mean this is the Lisa that we look at: confident, smooth, strong.
I think we have to give Megan a lot of credit for taking Lisa out of her game there in the first game. Megan was playing spectacular handball. Very hard to get your game going when your opponent is executing perfect shots.
You betcha. And she is. She could change the momentum at any time.
Oh, we see a little miss there by Megan, but Lisa was caught off balance. Megan capitalizes on that.
I wanted to mention what you were saying earlier, that Megan's brother is probably watching somewhere. I heard that yesterday when she was playing that tough semifinal, due to the opportunities we have with technology now and the webcasting, there were text messages coming in to a family member who was here. Someone was watching on the World Wide Web, and that information was being passed on to her. It's pretty exciting. We've had that several times.
Certainly wonderful for everyone's family to get to watch them play, and I'm sure she's got her family more than willing to coach and offer some advice. Could have made the difference in that match with Jenny yesterday. Jess, we saw Megan make that adjustment on that Z serve. Lisa tried to take that ball out of the air, and she dropped it just at her feet. Lisa couldn't even touch it.
Oh, we've got 6 played 10 now, so as you mentioned, the best players have a lot of gears, and that's a great way to express that. Different levels, different games, the ABC game.
Smart shot there by Lisa.
Wow.
Wow.
Megan likes that shot. She's hit that shot a couple times now.
Pretty.
Oh, and it must have skipped.
It did.
Oh, did it skip?
Very
I'm sorry.
frustrating. That's the kind of shot that comes off your hand and you feel like you've rolled it out. You're already halfway to the server's box, and that ball just pops up there. I know that feeling all too well, Jess.
We're probably going to replay that one there.
I don't think Lisa knew exactly where Megan was. Megan was directly behind her. That ball was up. Excellent call there by Nelson.
Sure, we'll see
We'll
the
get a
replay
replay
here.
here.
Oh, yeah.
That ball was about a foot up. She was trying to hit that ball about an inch high.
For our listeners who don't know, that's one of our particular handball vocabulary words that Jessica and I were discussing yesterday. We call that a hinder, short for hindrance, but nobody calls it a hindrance. We call it a hinder.
There we see Megan again trying to dive for a ball and just not able to get to it.
Beautiful shot there.
Oh, nice call there by Nelson.
Yep.
Lisa wasn't able to get around Megan, and the ball was quite high there.
We see that corner kill is extremely effective with your opponent behind you, not so much with your opponent staying next to you in the front court. That ball shoots out into the center of the court. More often than not will be retrieved, or the point will be played over.
What do we got here for a score now? 12-6. Lisa is taking control here. Now it's 13.
You can see Megan there was walking back to the center of the court and kind of giving herself the calm down with her hand. She might feel like she's getting a little uptight here.
Very difficult to do. We know how badly she wants to win this title.
Wow, that's a great ceiling shot by Lisa. It just stayed on that side wall, and that's a very difficult shot to get back. Megan is capable of doing it, though. She's going to let the ball drop just a little bit. Oh, nice crack serve there by Lisa. And Megan's going to appeal that.
Tremendous serve.
That's one thing about Lisa's game is when her serve gets hot, it's very difficult to break. She can hit kind of like Natty Alvarado's serve. Once she gets on and she strokes the ball, she'll stroke it in the same place every time, and We see Megan here calling a timeout because she can feel that momentum in Lisa's favor here.
So I'm not seeing Megan play bad handball here by any means.
No, we're just seeing Lisa play very good handball. She's keeping Megan. Megan can't really do anything at this point. I'm just looking out into the crowd here, and I see the great Merv Deckert, one of Lisa's training partners. We'll see if we can maybe get him on the mic for a couple seconds in between games. If this goes tiebreaker, and give us some thoughts on how he thinks Lisa's playing. Merv is a world champion himself. He won the, I believe it was the 1988 World Open Championships that were in Australia.
Melbourne, Australia.
Yes, I have a pair of gloves actually signed by Merv Deckert, the ones that he wore in that Open final when he won the Worlds.
He's also a World 40-plus Masters champion from the '97 games in Winnipeg, where Lisa Gilmore won the women's world crown. Merv has a lot of consistency. He's played for many, many years. Very fine player.
Look forward to seeing Merv at the Canadian Nationals in 2 weeks' time in Montreal, Canada, as well as you, Jess, as well as Lisa Gilmore. And
Samantha England's going to be there, and Tracy Davis is going to come for the women as well. And yourself and Emmett Pichot are coming up for that tournament, and I believe Ricardo Diaz is also coming, another pro. And of course, we've got Canadian Danny Bell, who will be the #1 seed in the men's because he's reigning champion. Should be an excellent event.
really looking forward to that.
19-6. We see Lisa with a very commanding lead here. We'll see if Megan can break this, or if she's just going to be thinking to herself, tiebreaker.
Game point, serve 6.
This could be the best game of women's handball I've seen as far as Lisa's level.
Oh, and she gets that shot. That's a tough one to make, and great return there, and there's this end of the second game. Very strong game by Lisa. A totally different game than what we saw in the first game. She made very few mistakes, didn't crowd herself with the ball, and she swung through the ball, which was really nice to see.
And Lisa should win pretty handedly, but if Megan can somehow get a decent return out of it, this could go in Megan's favor.
We're just about to start the tiebreaker of the Women's Open Final in this 57th annual USHA 4-Well National Handball Championships. We had Megan Mehilos, for those of you just joining us, win the first game. Lisa Fraser was able to take an easy second game, winning 21-6. And here's the second game, 1-11 now.
Has far better control of that serve down the left at this point, Jess and Emmett. We saw her bring that serve around the back wall in the first game.
She may have been a little tense in the first game, or sore, and worked through it.
It's an extremely grueling week here at the Nationals. Playing the best players in the world day after day.
Wow. I believe she got that backhanded.
Two serving 0, 9 points here from the National Championship for Lisa Gilmore.
And this live webcast is being seen worldwide. I just got a text message on my phone this moment from my brother Sony in South Korea saying that he is watching us live via the webcast. So hi Sony, if you're listening. We missed you at home, and I'm sitting here with Dave Fink and Emmett Pichot. I know you played both of them as a junior, and hopefully when you come back to Canada in October, you'll come back to playing handball and you'll be able to play against these two fine gentlemen again.
Lisa's on fire.
She is on fire, and it's tough to break that. Here's Megan calling a timeout, and Dave, what do you think about that strategy?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not a big fan of the timeout, but 8 tiebreakers, 11-10 tiebreaker in the women's doubles.
Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting week. In the doubles today, we have a game coming up next. We are going to have Courtney Pichot and her partner Anna Kristoff playing against Tracy Davis and Samantha England, which is going to be an excellent match. They're both teams are well matched. 5 serving 0. Very big lead for Lisa here. Let's see if she can hang on to it.
This has been the strongest women's field I can remember, Jess. It seems like we have all the top women in the world here in this draw.
Yeah, we are missing the current world champion, Fiona Shannon from Ireland, but she doesn't travel to any tournaments outside of Ireland except for the World Championships every 3 years. So besides her, we do have the top 8 women in the world here. We had some great quarterfinal action. Megan came into this tournament being seeded number 5 in the draw.
Played you, Jess, in the quarterfinals.
Yes, she did. And then she went on and beat the number 1 seed, Jennifer Schmidt, in the semifinals. And here we see her playing Lisa Fraser Gilmore. I always call her Lisa Fraser, Dave. I'm used to her maiden name, but she is a Fraser Gilmore now.
Beautiful fist punch pass there by Megan.
And Megan's able to get her first point here.
You can feel the intensity here from Lisa.
Oh, and we haven't seen Megan miss that many times in this match, and that might be a little bit of fatigue or mental fatigue setting in there.
A national final tiebreaker can do some crazy things to your nerves, Jess. You've been in many national finals. You just don't know how your body's going to react sometimes.
Yeah, and Megan looks like she's just a little tense right now.
6 serves 1.
You see Lisa sticking with that serve down the left. Nice wraparound return there by Megan.
Sorry about that, Dave. I was just talking to one of our trainers, Ray. He's been taping my ankle for me all week. And thank goodness we've got the sport medicine doctors here, otherwise I probably wouldn't have been able to play this week. We got a foot fault call there on Lisa. Her front foot went over the over the front of the service box line.
We certainly want to thank our sports medicine team here at the USHA Nationals. They're here every year, volunteering their time. The awareness to flip that ball into the back wall, to stay on the point.
Wow. Dave, what do you think about that shot there? How was that focus on Lisa's part?
That's a phenomenal shot. Megan's got to be thinking to herself, what can I do? I've got her 40 feet from the front wall and she's rolling the ball out flat. Very discouraging. Really can take the fight right out of you, Jess.
Yeah, Megan's going to have to step up a little bit here and start doing something. She's going to have to start being a little more, maybe a little more offensive and actually killing the ball instead of just wrapping the ball around and letting Lisa kill it.
I think she's thinking the same thing, but if only Lisa would give her an opportunity to shoot the ball.
Well, there was one there, and we see Megan in frustration rips her eye guards off her face. In the first match, Megan wasn't missing those at all, and now we see her just not quite getting herself around in time. And
I think you know, Jess, in that first game she had a lot of setups. She was really able to get comfortable. She's probably only had 1 or 2 setups in this entire tiebreaker and 10 points. So when you are only seeing 1 setup every 10 points, you really tend to put the pressure on yourself, try and overhit, maybe rush the shot.
that's exactly right, Megan's just going to have to calm down just a little bit, gain her focus. It's interesting, she hasn't gone back to that Z serve down the left wall, which she used so effectively in the first game.
I'll tell you, Jess, from experience, when Lisa started taking that ball out of the air,
It makes you want to change your game plan.
it's a terrible feeling as a server having that Z serve taken out of the air, particularly when Lisa rolled the last one out. That's certainly on Megan's mind. Interesting second serve there. Not really sure what she was trying to do there. We don't see many of these top players using a drive serve on their second serve, and this is why. Want to give yourself a little bit more margin for error on that second serve.
You see Megan turn to a little bit of an underhand lob serve there.